KIPP University Prep is a community school. We're located in the heart of San Antonio in a historically underserved area. So 90% of our students receive and qualify for free and reduced lunch. And 97% of our students identify as people of color, predominantly Latinx students. And we have the distinction of being the only international baccalaureate world school in the KIPP family of schools, which is over 200 schools in the United States. I think what makes us exceptional is that we don't track students. If you come to school here, you're a part of the IB program. So that means wall to wall in our building, regardless of your ability to speak English, regardless of your status with an individual education plan or special ed status, you participate in the IB program. Because we believe that no one really knows what's inside of a child, including at times the child. And so we set the floor really high and we let students in that framework, that's where they have choice. So decide whether or not they want to do mariachi with IB music or do visual arts, but they have access to what I believe is a world-class education in a part of San Antonio that has historically denied them and their families access to really any education at times. And the IB program was perfect for that. It allowed us to sort of really stop the debate about what is rigor and just say, well, it's the IB program. And it is 60 years of proven outcomes and release results for students that is going to be our bar for what we expect students to do. And I think on the other side of that, and as powerful, was our students and parents said, we want our students to be prepared. Our first students who graduated from UPrep weren't IB students, and we heard from them, I was promised a university preparatory education, but I never wrote. You promised me I'd be ready for college, and I'm not. It feels overwhelming. And so we were really looking for a program that would not just set the bar for rigor, but ensure that our students had a choice-filled life, that when they left our doors, they would be ready to write, to have an informed perspective that is broad and includes a multifaceted and dynamic world that we live in right now. And we find the IB program does that. And so what's interesting is the difference between our pre-IB and then our IB students. On the one hand, I didn't write enough, I wasn't prepared, I felt overwhelmed. When we switched to the IB program and started producing graduates, our graduates went to our local, UTSA and then also to Ivy League schools. And regardless of where they chose to go to school, they were ready. They had the experience they needed, particularly with writing, particularly with defending their opinions, and particularly with researching and being able to sift through an entire world of online information and discern for themselves what they knew through the lens of IB and through the lens of theory of knowledge and a coursework that just really prepared them for a changing world. I think what I love about this is it is putting what I think is the best possible curriculum at the service of a community that has been denied that kind of access. And what's really amazing about it is our students, in their multiculturalism, in their bilingualism, are so uniquely suited to thrive in this curriculum. IB expects that they speak a second language, and they do. And so they come into a framework that is ready to understand them as more than just San Antonioans, but instead as people who have many connections across the state, across country lines, and as people who have a future with open doors to whatever they want to do, whether that's pursuing a STEM career, whether that's working in their dad's auto mechanic shop, or whether that's becoming an immigration lawyer. I think that there's a wide range of opportunities for students when they have an IB education. We talk a lot about students commanding their future, not just feeling empowered, not just feeling ready, but truly feeling in command. And ready, I think, in our country to participate in government, to participate in a democracy, which is all of our obligation, right? So I think what makes me really excited about this education is that it is allowing students to go through the door of their choosing, ready for a life that feels empowered, where they are in the driver's seat of their life. It is wonderful when our students receive college credit and are able to afford college more because they have more access to courses, are able to potentially get through college faster. Like those are great things, especially given the price of college these days. More importantly is the process, is what we're doing here, and what we're doing despite the fact we were afraid to do it. And so I think I would say, are you thinking about going wall to wall with IB? Just do it. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to result in everyone passing every test. On the contrary, your scores will probably fall, but your students will have access, and that is just, and that is empowering. And I think when we gatekeep options for children's futures, we have futures that fall short of what we imagine our country can be. And when we open doors for kids and allow them to choose, I think that's when we open doors to a future that we haven't seen. No one knows what's inside of a child, so let them find out.